is Mari, and this channel is going to be about my family. I'm just so thankful to do something like this. I've been wanting to do something like this for some time now, and I'm just excited because now that I am a stay-at-home mom, I am able to do this, and you guys can sort of see my journey and see some of the struggles, because the struggle is real. Momming ain't easy, and now that I have a toddler and twins, this is a rough life. It definitely isn't easy. So I am excited to share, my experiences, and hope that I can help many moms out there, sort of give them advice and how I personally am dealing with these struggles, and also just sort of like what I do, just as a mom of now 3. So I hope that you love it. Today was actually a rough day because I actually found out that one of my twins has clubfoot. The girl, Emma, she has clubfoot. It's upsetting because when she was diagnosed, I was 20 weeks pregnant, and they told me that she would have clubfoot. And at that time, I was not familiar with clubfoot, and I was just feeling so overwhelmed, so sad. The doctors took me to the office, and they sort of told me that, your daughter may have clubfoot, so we're going to have you get tested, see, they're going to check for any kind of heart defects that she may possibly have, and we're going to also even move it forward. You should see a genetic counselor, and they will discuss your options in terms of possible early termination. So my heart literally sank to the ground because I couldn't believe that not only my daughter may have a possible defect that I've never heard of before, but on top of that, they're telling me that I might consider early termination. Like, what? Are you kidding me right now? What? How am I supposed to take this information? So I didn't go for the genetics counseling. I refused to. I was not gonna just terminate my child. That was just not good. That was just not an option for me, especially being that I was having twins. I knew that was a blessing in itself, but I was mentally prepared that she was going to have clubfoot. When she was born, the doctors looked at her and said, no, she doesn't have clubfoot. This doesn't look like clubfoot. And then the pediatrician looked at her and he said, no, she doesn't have clubfoot. What she has is metatarsus abductus, which is a positional thing. I guess like her feet were like in a certain position, and that's why it stayed that way. So I was so relieved. I was like, oh my God, thank you, Lord. She doesn't have to have surgery, because I already did a consult with the orthopedic, and I already had an appointment scheduled for her and everything. And in the end, she didn't have it. So I was so thankful. I was like, man, thank God I don't have to deal with all of that extra. Because it's already overwhelming. I don't know if any moms out there, they know like how this feels. Like when you first give birth, you're already overwhelmed by the crying, and you have to constantly breastfeed, or you're giving the formula. Well, now imagine double that. Okay, so I have one baby crying, and then when the baby stops crying, then I have another baby crying, and then I have a daughter who cries too, because apparently she wants to have just as much attention as her brother and her sister. So that's my life. My life is constantly crazy. Today, it's not as crazy. I put those bad boys, I put those little babies to sleep before I did this. And then my daughter is with my sister, who's going to take her to dance class today. But you will see my life being chaotic, because that's my life normally. So, they were born and everything was fine. They were born a little over 5 pounds. Everything was great. The doctor said that I needed to do some exercises for the feet so that I could massage it, and that within the next couple of months it'll go back to normal. But unfortunately, that was not the case. And so the pediatrician saw the feet again and said, you know what? Why don't you just take her to the orthopedic? Just to be safe. If she needs some casts, fine. Or if she needs to get more therapy, intensive therapy, then that's good too. Just go and check. Just to be safe. What could it hurt? So I called the orthopedic that he recommended me to, and of course they didn't take my insurance. They were like, oh, it's $350 for the first visit. And I said, yeah, no. I'll just go back to the original orthopedic, because what's the difference? If it's metatarsus abductus, it's metatarsus abductus. If it's clubfoot, it's clubfoot. Like, there's no reason why anybody needs to be lying to me or anything like that. He's gonna look at her and he's gonna tell me the diagnosis. And today I find out that she has a mild case of clubfoot. And unfortunately, she's not only going to need casts, she's going to need surgery as well. And my heart broke into little pieces, because I really thought that she didn't have clubfoot. I really thought that she just had a positional thing, and that all she would need was probably some casts or some boots to straighten her feet out. But no, she has some kind of deformity in the back of her feet. And I wish that if I took her early, if I took her, I don't know if you've ever felt this before, that if you wish you just handled something earlier, that maybe the results would have been a little bit more different. That's how I feel. I feel like I failed in a way, because, I could have taken her earlier. But because I was just so hopeful that this was the case, that she didn't have clubfoot, I sort of put my mind in like a denial thing, and I was like, oh no, she doesn't have it, so I don't have to do anything. On top of that, the doctor insisted that because she doesn't have clubfoot at the hospital, that she doesn't need to get her heart checked again, no follow-up. But now that she has clubfoot, I had to get her a follow-up check. So it's something after the other, and I just feel so overwhelmed. I feel so just overall, just I don't even know what to do, at this point. But she starts her casting in Tuesday, and I'll definitely be posting it, and you guys can see what's happening, and how I'm able to sort of like hold it together. Also, you will see my like what we do when we go out, especially like for church functions. I'm a person that goes to church, but I'm also a person that directs the worship team, so that's also a whole other thing. You guys will see how I handle my toddler, who is definitely a character, let me tell you. And you will see just how I am doing overall with the twin life, and my health goals, and how to maintain a healthy lifestyle even while being a stay-at-home mom and being so overwhelmed as we all get. I'm thankful for doing this. I hope that you guys can tune in so you can see the cute little babies that I have downstairs. And just, that's it. I'm excited. Bye.